What I love most about intangible things is that without touching anything, they can touch millions of people. Consider dreams. Like the one in 1963, Washington, D.C., the one had by Dr. Martin Luther King, a preacher who had this seed of a vision that was planted in the soil of love. Or should I say he had a seed of love that was planted in the soil of justice. Regardless, this dream wasn't just physical matter that you could put in a box, and that mattered because it meant that though you could stop the Negro from voting, you couldn't stop him from dreaming. And dreaming that we would all one day value the dignity God has given to every human being, especially the ones deemed ugly, unfit, threatening, or otherwise unnecessary for life. And beloved, we are deceived if we think we're immune from passively or actively reinforcing the marginalized plight. After all, Dr. King had to non-violently fight some of his own white Christian brothers and sisters who, at worst, hated him. With their Bibles open in their hands, they hated him. Or at best, lost sight of a dignity never earned, but to all God-given, because God made all people in his glorious image. A dignity that makes a person worthy of love, and therefore it's a dignity that makes a person worthy to live. Isn't it tragic that in our day and age, when an adoption can cost up to $40K, but for an abortion, $400 is all one needs to pay? I need to say again, this dignity makes people worthy to live. And ironically, that makes it a dignity worth dying for. And 5 years later, in 1968, that is exactly what Dr. King did. After all, his body was not like the dream. It was a physical thing, like that bullet slipping snug into the chamber of the Remington model number 760. This, the weapon of the enemy, though love, the weapon of a dreaming hero. This, the pump-action rifle in the white-knuckled hands of James Earl Ray. A coward, in love with his whiteness, hiding across the street from Memphis, Tennessee's Lorraine Motel, where Dr. King stood on the second floor balcony at 6 p.m. Tick-tock. Ray took the shot. Tick-tock, the bullet clock. Tick-tock, Dr. King's right cheek. And then at 6:01, tick-tock. The dreamer lay there. His body, done. But not the dream. You see, Dr. King may have been gunned down, but not the dream. The bullet could have the man, but it couldn't clip his wings. And if you listen closely, saints, you can still hear him sing, "Free at last, free at last." Thank God Almighty, we are free at last. Now I'm going to quickly dash and fast forward 50 years past 1968 in our time machine, just to show you how though Satan may destroy the body, God Almighty has seen fit thus far to preserve the dream. See what I mean when in 2015, Walter Scott, an unarmed black man, is gunned down to the South Carolinian ground. And when she's interviewed about it, his mother says something profound in the midst of days, oh, so dark. She says of a white officer who shot her son, "I feel forgiveness in my heart because of Christ." This sister, strong in the Lord. I can hardly believe what she said. She clearly believed that because Christ is alive, one day racism will be dead. But we're not there yet. So for the sake of faithfulness, we must fight our ignorance, false assumptions, and complacency. We should use our privileges to serve one another in love as we push back against all of Satan's divisive schemes. But brothers and sisters, push back with hope. Because after all, evil may touch our bodies, evil may harm our bodies, but not the dream. Thank you.